Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:30 on Sunday night. Not long after waking up, I slept for an hour there, from maybe a little more than an hour. Bout of tiredness hit me and I had to cave in, lie in the bed, clothes fully on. So I'm going to go for a walk now. Didn't have a pint at all last night. Went out to the bar to have a pint. Asked him, and he was giving me a plastic cup. I said, "Can I have a pint glass, please?" He says, "No, not on game days." And I said, "I'm a resident and bringing it back to the room." "No," he said, "I don't have any." So I said, "Did they suddenly disappear from the premises?" So I refused to have the pint. I chatted to a few people, all right, just mingled around, and a lot of football people there, a couple that I knew, no racing people. Had a good chat this morning with Kevin from Ballybofey, a Donegal supporter. Chatted to him for a while. He would have been not too far away from a man in Ballybofey near McKelvey's pub. He was married to an aunt of mine in Melbourne for a long time, both now deceased. He's a twin, actually. His other twin used to live in Alaska. They were far apart all their life. We were... Oh yeah, the breakfast this morning. It's amazing. You know the way they ask you tea or coffee, and I always just say I'll have some tea, but I'll have my orange juice and cornflakes first. And when I get my breakfast, you can bring it in, because otherwise it'll be gone cold. So I just said that to her this morning, and she said, "Okay." When I landed back, not alone was it on the table, but it was poured out, and it was absolutely pure water, light brown water. So I don't know what part of my spiel did she not understand. So I flung it into the pot and I stirred it up anyway. We're on to, where did we go today? We went to the Book of Kells for 11 o'clock. Parking is a problem there for buses. So I had to do a couple of runs around and eventually got parked. There was a lot of bitching going on with the Dublin bus drivers. They don't like us to park, but where can you park? Like, you have to try and inch in somewhere, safely, of course. We walked up Grafton Street then, and the kids seen a Lego shop, and they were in there for just, they must be in there for over an hour and a half maybe. There was a great chat with an old woman from Dublin 4, Ballsbridge area. She seen the 18-month-old child in the pushchair asleep. So we had a great chat, and she told me that her car was stolen 10 weeks ago from the front garden of the house. But maybe just as well, because she was on a walking stick, and I think she was better and safer for everybody if she stuck to the bus. But a real dub. We went into Stephen's Green then for a while, and came back here to the hotel. I was back for the second half of the Dublin, or the Kerry-Derry game. See, Kerry showed their experience and pull away. Donegal had an easier win earlier, and I dropped them into Temple Bar to Roberta's. They're gone there tonight. The elderly couples with me, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary, so they were going there tonight. One woman was sick today. She had a bit of a bug. She spent the whole day in the hotel on her own, so hopefully she'll be out and about tomorrow when we're heading for Galway. But they're going to do that Viking tour in the morning at 10 a.m, which it's a bit of a, like 10 a.m. runs into 11:30 finish, and then you're out of town. It's after 12, so you're not getting into Galway until later in the afternoon if you stop on the way. I prefer to be in Galway for lunchtime. We're staying in the Salt Hill Hotel, the Galway Bay Hotel in Salt Hill tomorrow night. The last time I stayed there, actually, I was in room 420. Very useful information, this. And I went up for the breakfast the next morning. Of course, the first question is always asked is, "What room are you in?" And I said I'm in the drug room, because sometimes you see the slang term for drugs is 420. So I said I'm in the drug room, and he said, "Young fella, sharp enough, Galway lad." I said, "The drug room," and he says 420, and he says the 20th of April. I wasn't aware of that's the way it got its name, the 20th of April for 420. That apparently everyone that smokes pot or a bit of weed in the States just have a blast to it on the 4th of April. So I was wondering what the smell was in the bus there in April. We'll watch next April. Anyway, I'm wandering on. I haven't much else to talk about. Oh yes, we didn't get to look at the saddle at all today. I was hoping Anosira would beat the favourite, which it did, but I wasn't counting on a good run from Johnny Fee or Ger Lyons' horse, all about Alfie, wasn't it? We had a good run from James Jungle, needed another 50 to 75 yards probably to have won, was placed all right. But James Doyle, I thought, gave it a nightmare to Matsuri. If it came for an inexperienced horse to be bullied and pushed about coming up the straight, I'd love to have seen it getting a clean run on the outside to see what it's worth. It definitely would have finished third. Should have finished second, I would imagine. And if you had second, you'd be getting your, without the two favourites, money after Los Angeles winning. There was another horse then that we backed in 5:15 that wasn't off a yard. If you look back at that, you can see. And the one in England, I never actually seen that race because we were going from, I must look back at that, but I know they weren't placed. I forgot about that to look back at that tonight. Anyway, I've only one for tomorrow. The 1st of July, tomorrow. Oh, that was the results. I was just looking at them. I forgot to look at the Cartmel. What happened? Let me see, is it there? 310. 5-on-5. That one had last year as well. Ridden on hell before last. Tomorrow, at one bet at Windsor, there's a sprint race or 6 furlong race. Even though it's a 3-year-old Shragran for Mick Appleby, Tom Marquand in the plate. Back up to 6, I think it'll suit. It won its first race, Winters with Clive Cox at Windsor. Scooted away that day to beat there was an 11-10 favourite in that, McCandu. Scooted home in a decent time. I think it was 1:12, wasn't it? Yeah, 1:12. Decent time for a 2-year-old. And then the last day this horse ran was in Ascot over 5. In the Palace of Holyrood House, you know that race. Hard to pick it out probably at this. It's up the middle of the track. I'm thinking again, it has a white face, isn't it?
Stanson is ahead down towards the final 2 furlongs. It's Got to Love a Grey with 2 tribes. Coming into it now is Tazara and Hedge Fund ridden for more. Dear Hele's under pressure. Brave Empire is trying to stay on. Out in the centre of the course, Pilgrim's just about hit the front. No half measures though, still with him. Battling away just in behind. Then is Blue Storm. And then came Wood Hay Wonder. Up to the line they head. Is Pilgrim out in front. And Pilgrim's going to win from Blue Storm. Wood Hay Wonder and no half measures are tightly behind for third. Then Shragran and Dark Vintage ahead.
Decent run that. Step Up and Trip, I think, back up to 6 at a track it won at before. Now it's not simple in 3 rubber. It's getting £6 for the race. So hopefully I'll be back in Galway tomorrow night. I might singing all the song. So bash the bookies over and out. If there's a couple of newcomers I didn't get a chance, I'll write them down and I'll get them back tomorrow night.